Howdy folks, well, coming to you again from the world headquarters. We're located in the bowels of the building, of course, as our normal place in life would you'd expect that we'd be. I thought this maybe we'd try and show something a little different. Marty brought me over quite a lot more of this maple burl. It's pretty big pieces, and I thought it might be interesting, and I suspect even the board and control might be interested in this because they don't really know what the heck goes on down here. But how you prepare a piece for putting on the lathe. Now this is a piece of wood. This is what it looks like in the forest. It's got this big bulge on it. When Marty brought it over, it was cut so that this came to a point here. So to prepare it, to make a flat spot, I took the chainsaw and I cut this off, and then I trimmed each side enough to so that the piece would, the max I can turn on this lathe is diameter of 16 inches, but that's actually not even possible. 15 is probably more realistic, and 14 works pretty good. So I try to get stuff down to around 12 or 13 inches, and that way it fits on the lathe pretty good. So when you look at this, I'm gonna look at putting a faceplate here, and this is gonna, a lot of this wood on the outside is gonna disappear. Now you can put it on the lathe and spin it and try and chip it off, which is a lot of work and even dangerous with a piece this big. So what we do is we figure out about where the center's at, and then we take a look at here, and you notice on this side it's a lot shorter. So I'm going to try and cut a circle out of this piece, and I'm going to try and move the circle this way so that we cut away some of this lower stuff. So to do that, to try and make this thing set even, relatively. So I measure across here, and this measures 12 3/4 inches. So that tells me that the center is going to be 6 3/8 inches. So I put a mark there. Now the question is, where do I want to take the circle out of? And this is the heavier side, so we're going to try and cut away more of the low side. So I locate the circle on here to show where we're going to actually take the circle out of this. And then I took just for fun, I took a compass and I drew a mark on here at 6 1/2 inches. Because that's what my saw is set up here. It has a mark. I see you can't see it. Well, maybe you can. Maybe I'll try and move the camera when we get over here. 6 1/2 inches from the saw blade. So that would cut a 13 inch circle. So the first step in doing that, I get my glasses on here, is we need to drill a hole in here in that center spot as straight up and down as we can, and we want it to be so this will be our pivot point. So what we're going to do, and I think I can do it, I have always been able to, but it's quite a lot of work because I got to get this thing over to the saw table and upside down find this hole with this 1/4 inch piece of all thread. So to get ready for that, prepare the saw. I thought I knew what I was doing. Move it out here, about like this. If I can get my fat belly back through there. Turn on the light so we can pretend to see what we're doing. We need to get this over to the saw, and I'm going to try and do that. I don't know what this piece weighs, probably 25 pounds. I know that wouldn't be much for you young guys, but for an old guy, it's about all I want to do. And put this on here. Now then, the trick is to get down here so I can see. Oh, I got it the first time. So it's going to spin on here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is try and move the camera, and you may get some extra sightseeing here. Try and move the camera to a little different angle, so you can see what's going on. And I don't really know, obviously, what the heck's going on myself. So let me walk around here. I don't know if that height is going to be enough for you to be able to see. Oh, I guess it is, actually. I don't know what you'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the saw. Then I'm going to push this auxiliary table back to its stop so that we got a center here. Okay, we're back. Now we're going to just spin the piece around, and hopefully we're going to cut off everything but the 6.5 inch radius. Now you might think you're wasting wood, but on the lathe, you have to cut all this stuff off anyway. Okay, well, we got some time left. So that's how you prepare this thing. Now we got a circle. It's a big one, and it's actually pretty close to being the size it needs to be. There's a big flat spot here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition the centerpiece there onto a 6-inch. And take another 1/2 inch off the diameter. Now I could have done that initially, but I didn't want to cut off any more than I had to. Let's see if we can do this. Same drill here. We got to get it upside down, get it on that centerpiece. We had good luck both times. Unusual. So we turn the saw back on. Now we're gonna make the cutting edge. that's what we cut off. That's the piece we cut off. So now you should begin to see how this is going to work out. This is going to be the top. So when we carve this out of here, this bark will be low, and we'll try and keep a bark all the way around, and the bark in the center will disappear. On the bottom, we'll put a tenon and we'll taper this up. So the bowl will have a relatively narrow bottom. It should be about a foot in diameter when we get done. And at the deepest spot, it'll be probably 6 inches. So, okay, that's a lesson for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.